He's definitely a key part to our team, but we know what we have in that locker room and what we wanted to accomplish, and them guys just stepped up and made sure that we did what we set out to do, and we don't stop here. We could keep going to the playoffs and try to make some noise.
First time since 2015, the Pels will be in the playoffs. AD led that squad. He'll lead this one, and he's done it without DeMarcus Cousins, who has been out with the just gruesome injuries since January 28th. And just look how good AD has been, which is why he's obviously in the MVP conversation. Back on the Western Conference playoff preview show, getting you set for the 3-6 matchup out west between the Pels and the Blazers. We'll talk Portland in a moment. Sam, let's start with Anthony Davis, who has just been incredibly dominant. And he's been on the court, which has been the biggest key for him.
Well, you're talking about probably the most versatile big man / small man in the history of the NBA. When you look at what he does in the post, if you put a smaller guy on him, he can take him down in the post and shoot that turnaround jumper. If you put him outside or put a big guy on him, he can take him out there and shoot the three. And then when you look at him rebounding, crashing the glass, he can clean up your teammate misses. And then you go back on the defensive end. He can guard fives. He can guard fours. He can switch out and guard ones. He is so versatile. And Alvin Gentry has done an amazing job of getting everybody to play around AD. If they understand in New Orleans, they're going to go as far as AD go. They feature him. They get him the ball. And then to his credit, once he sucks the defense into his world, then he's so long and athletic and so good. He's just a willing passer and makes all his teammates better. So when you look at what New Orleans has been since DeMarcus Cousins been out especially, he's been all-world and basically played himself into that MVP conversation.
Well, the biggest change that Alvin Gentry made once Cousins went down was picking up the pace. And believe it or not, the Pelicans finished the year #1 in the NBA in pace, which is amazing thinking about how they played with DeMarcus. A big part of that, the backcourt starring Drew Holiday.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously you move Anthony Davis to that 5 spot and you have a guy who runs just as well as a guard. But I think it comes down to, Sam said it best, Anthony Davis is going to go, they're going to go as far as Anthony Davis. But if you try to take away Anthony Davis, he has to have this sidekick who averaged a career high in his points and obviously shot the basketball well. You don't see guards shooting close to 50%. But this season, he also averaged 6 assists and he was off the ball. But I think what's going to be key for them is Drew Holiday on the defensive end. He is going up against Leonard and C.J. McCollum, so he will not have a playoff. He will be guarding one or both of those guys at all times in a playoff situation, so he's going to be huge for them.
All right, let's switch it up and go to the Portland side of things here and start with Damian Lillard. Smitty, I mean, he has just had a magical season yet again, even though he missed some time. But this is a Blazer team, which is weird for them, right? Usually they peak at the end of the season. This year they kind of peaked midway through the season, then started to tail off.
Well, I think Damian Lillard, what he make that statement, I should be, or something like that in the conversation of MVP and the great guards, and D. Wade said, take away the word should, you are. And he's kind of exploded. He's been more aggressive. They've won games. We love Damian Lillard. We love C.J. McCollum. That third guy has to be a third guy for me, for them. And can they find that guy to be consistent? I love the way Nurkic has played, but can he be consistent enough and also on a defensive end be able to hold down the fort? I don't think he'll be able to guard Anthony Davis, but he's going to have to find his way to rebound and also score some points on whoever's guarding him.
Well, Nurkic's going to have to use that big body of his, and he's going to have to take AD down in the post. And even though AD is more athletic, he's going to have to bang him, knock him off balance, and then shoot that little jump hook over the left shoulder. But what I like about this Portland team is, look, finally, everybody has accepted their role. They understand that C.J. and Damon is going to do the scoring. The rest of those guys are going to chip in and fit in when they can. And this is what I like about them. You know, everybody keeps saying, well, they got to find that third guy. They found him through committed. Some nights it's Nurkic, some nights it's another guy. And they've had the type of season to where it's been a revolving door for that third scorer. But the thing that I like about Portland finally, for the first time, guys, they're playing defense. And the thing is, they understand that Damon and C.J. are going to score. Everybody else, when they come into the game or on the floor, they got to defend. That's their job right now. And so it's taken this team a while to figure out their identity, but now everybody's in their role. Damian, C.J. going to be the primary scorers. Everybody else going to play defense. And then through committee, they're going to find that third scorer to help those two guys.
Let me point out a guy who may be missing here in the first round that goes underappreciated is Maurice Harkless. Now, he's been out. He's had surgery on his left knee. They're unsure if he's going to be able to return. But in that stretch, when Portland won 13 of 16 games, he was shooting close to 50% from three-point territory. He became a viable deep threat for this team. If they can get him back, that'll be a huge key.
Yeah, they can. And also defensively, he's so versatile, being able to guard, I would say, 1 through 4 because of his size and his attitude on the defensive end. I think Evan Turner's going to have to be the guy to step up on both ends and take up the slack for Harkless. He's going to do his job and Harkless's job.